you know, all about respect. And this just proved that's all wrong. It was all facade. Any company that says they care about their workers and do stuff like this, they don't care about you. If anything, I wouldn't even be shocked that they're laughing because of how much money that they're saving. I'm truly disgusted. Like, my heart is racing. I have no idea if I'm even going to have this job or if my coworkers are going to leave. They're so vague about the future of this company and how much AI is going to take over. This isn't.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Also want to give double honors unto the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations unto the elect of Yasha, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today, as well as unto the Akim out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, teaching and prophesying through the spirit of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, in truth and sincerity, as well as the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nations, but are of the nation of Israel on their father's side by blood. And as you can see in the title of this video, it's all fair use, by the way. Americans can feel what's coming, you know. I'm gonna be honest, I forget the rest of it. Well, I can go and just let me see. Americans can feel what's coming.
And
It's like it. American can feel what's coming is a lot worse than anyone thought possible, right? So that's the part where we're at now through the spirit of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the beginning of sorrows, Jacob's trouble. You know, it is our troubles, but within our troubles and that great tribulation in a time like never before, it's going to affect many nations, all nations, the whole world. It's going to be global, you know, but especially hitting America. You know, this is that daughter of Babylon. This is that place of judgment. This is the place that has to be done away with so that good can come, right? As it states in 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter. It's the 2nd Ezra 4:26. I always like starting at 26 so I can get 27, you know, but 26 is also good too because it speaks about the world hastens fast to pass away. So it's the 2nd Ezra 4:26. It says, "Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel." And that's the thing. Through the spirit of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, he's had his men out there on the highways and the byways prophesying these things, prophesying these hard times, prophesying these technology advancements, prophesying concentration camps, prophesying not being able to travel as you want. See, people wanted us to give it. It didn't matter, right? It didn't matter. Or it doesn't matter, because even at this point, I mean, they starting to see it and feel it a lot more than that they did, of course, because we at the end, and the end is manifest, you know. But it didn't matter how much it could be broken down, how clear it could be made to them, because they was, it didn't look, America didn't look like it was going to fall. It just looked like we was going through a rough time, especially when 2020 hit, you know. Especially when 2020 just shook up the whole world, you know. And here it is, Americans in that dream, in that comfort, that pampering that they've received growing up and throughout the years, it went away. It went away and never came back, you know. It went away and never came back. And that's they're used to being able to enjoy every Black Friday, get whatever they want for their kids for Christmas and themselves, have their little Thanksgiving dinners and afford all the turkeys and all of the traditions are being destroyed. And call all YAHAWASHI for that. And the more thou searches, the more thou shalt marvel. Now the man of perdition is starting to be revealed because people see mainly, through this administration, who the devil actually is, man. You can sit here, Trump or Nero 47 is the Antichrist. No, there's many Antichrists. There's a whole group of them that just have their own plan and agenda, right? That if you search it, you'll learn that you're gonna marvel a whole lot. Because you're gonna start to see how many dots connect, how they got crisis actors and inside situation. It's a whole lot. Right? It says, for the world hastens fast to pass away. And that's what we're witnessing. That's what we're seeing. That's what we're experiencing. That's what we're living in. This world is hastening fast to pass away. And as time is speeding up, it's been shortened for the elect's sake. More and more, it's a lot for people to bear. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot for people to bear. And at a point in time, people are going to snap, And it's the Lord ultimately stirring up the spirits of the people, stirring up the spirits of the wicked. The Lord is getting this thing going, man. Call all YAHAWASHI. It says, the world hastens fast to pass away and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. And that's what it is. A kingdom, a heavenly kingdom is promised unto the righteous. A heavenly kingdom is promised to the righteous. Peace on earth is promised to the righteous. All right. Servants are promised to the righteous. A new covenant is promised to the righteous. Clean air, clean water, clean food, real food. A lot of people experience rubbery food, but it was all good just a week ago, right? When you got to do whatever you want and you was living a lavish life and luxury, dainty, however, whatever, being able to talk shit about third world countries, all these other countries wanting to flock over to this place. Well, people are leaving this place. Just like it says in Isaiah the 14th chapter, or it might be 13th chapter, But things are they can't comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous. In order for the righteous to receive those things, there are things that has to be done. Ultimately, judgment has to come about. There has to be a real reset. See, Esau has his own little reset button. He's going to get a little bit of it. But when he think he about to establish it fully, the Lord is going to bring his reset button. All right? Which is, let me get into it. It says, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. Yeah, and that's why it has to be a reset button. There's no bouncing back from what this world has become. You see the women, overall the women, they starting to, overall the women are fucked up in the head, just to be blunt. They just messed up in the head. All right. But now we get into a point where certain women are starting to see, the life that we all voted for in a roundabout way is not the life that we actually want. Good for you. You know what I'm saying? Good for you. Hey, because now you see things starting to shake up. But for the ones who don't see it and can't see it and won't see it, it's just going to get worse and worse for you. And you got a lot of men who are effeminate, soft, full of estrogen, so on and so forth, man. Ain't got a low level testosterone, not non-motivated to get shit going and do shit or make a change or take a stand, whatever the case. Then you got the children being raised in this environment. They're fucking horrible, right? We seen it. We witnessed it in this past week or so within Chicago. We got middle school students jumping on a pregnant mother and her two children, man. You know, and then you have one of the mothers defending that. Talking about, yeah, y'all, da, da, da. I don't owe y'all apology. I owe the mother apology, if anything. But, you know, my daughter, she got whatever she got. Talking about her daughter pretty much, I got punished in some type of way. She know better, da, da, da. No, your daughter did that. Like, yeah, people make mistakes. Okay, cool. But there's no need for you to get on that. You need to shut your mouth. You need to be ashamed at your daughter's behavior. That's the problem. Women are clamorous. You're loud and you just gotta say something. But the children were like, children, that shouldn't. Me growing up, that didn't happen. I'll be honest. Like growing up, you had certain people that would be, you know, super disrespectful to their mothers. But predominantly it was Edomites, you know. Israelite households didn't really play that. Now you learn the ways of the heathen and you surpass them, man. You know? And that's why there has to be a reset button, right? And of course, unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit, you know? You can't bounce back from this system that this world has created and the system that they plan to recreate. It just has to be wiped out. Going into 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, yeah, predominantly America, the whore that sitteth upon the beast. America is in control of NATO and the EU. You know, a lot of these nations feared America, I would say. We getting to the point where prophecy is coming to pass. How thou become weak as we. Oh, you got weapons, we got weapons too. Or you technology advancement, we got tech. Now it's to the point where America is keeping up with China in technology at certain points. America gotta keep up with military advancements such as Russia and Iran and these different countries. You know, and this is just the Lord bringing to pass judgment in prophecy, through prophecy. I would say judgment through prophecy. There we go. It says, 2 Ezra 4:29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. And that's what can't be comprehended, which is promised to the righteous. All right, good is sown, and it can't come unless the evil be done away with. All right, so this place has to go in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established, man. Everybody, see, that's the thing. Everybody heard about the kingdom of heaven. They heard about the Lord's second coming. They heard about peace on earth, right? As it says in Proverbs, when the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn, you know, roughly paraphrasing. So you heard about this peace of mind, this place of rest, but it's just not going to be fully inherited. It's not an inheritance for everybody. The other nations will benefit off of our inheritance. And what I mean by that is no more war. You know, clean air, clean water, real foods, you know, able to have your land and whatever resources you have in that land. You'll just give us a portion, us being the Israelites. But it ain't like we going to come in there and take your land and, you know, as Esau does. Oh, you got resources? Boom. No, all these resources is going to belong to us, and the other nations will benefit from them in the sense of if they have, let's say, if they have places where they digging up certain stones, you know, you'll have some stones. We'll get the best and the biggest stones. You know, congratulations. You have certain places where crops or food will grow. You can have some, but we'll get the best of it. You'll have your cattle, you'll have your herds and that, but we'll get the best of it. You know, you'll be able to create tapestry or whatever the case. But it ain't like you gotta wake up in the morning and your wife could be getting ravished by another man. You like no. Or shit, men getting ravished by men. Ain't gonna be none of that in our kingdom. All right, none of this silly. I wanted to say some crazy stuff, but yeah, it's gonna be a righteous kingdom, and they'll benefit off of us. It's not like they'll be a part of it, right? Like I said, they'll have their own lands, and they'll keep their own lands, and we'll get the best of the provisions, man. Simple as that. All right, let me go back to this video. If it'll play. I guess it's not gonna play. Let me see.
And this just proved that they're so vague about the future of this company and how much AI is going to take over. This is insane. It's not just my company, it's everywhere. I'm hearing people being let go because of AI, and nothing's being done about it.
And that's the thing. It's part of their advancements. It's part of them not needing you. They had you all these years working and working and working and working. They put you in a working mindset. You know, now it's like you got to work to survive. You got to work to keep the lifestyle that you have, that you've created based off of their ideology. You know, like the brother sent the video about the 3 meals a day. You feel like you're supposed to have 3 meals a day. You're supposed to have breakfast and eating cereal early in the morning. This is all a marketing scheme that we've been programmed to live by. Right? Because that's all it is. They don't care about your health. They don't care about your wealth. They don't care about your life. You know, as long as they can have you do what they need you to do, then you okay. If not, then you got to go away. And that's where we get to the point. If they can't use you, then they'll lose you. If you know what I mean. That's why the days are shortened for the elect's sake. Because this man will destroy any and everything, including himself. There's a video that a brother shared maybe like a year ago. The Elder Ariala had did a video over it down in Texas. The elder from Dallas. And it showed like an Edomite, you know, basically him landing on Earth. Or not necessarily landing on Earth. Being on Earth, you know, I'm into a certain place and just destroying everything in society. He see the snakes, he turned them into some boots. He's got the world all trashy, and he destroying this and doing this, and then at the end of the day, he's sitting on a throne on a pile of trash from him just destroying the world and leaving it in chaos, you know. And then I forget how it ended, but I know like some so-called aliens had showed up afterwards. I think he tried to take them too or do something to them, but it shows you the nature of this man. He's just destructive. He's that badass kid that don't appreciate anything, you know?
Into these corporations that are doing this, if everyone's being let go, how the hell are people going to buy your products? This is not making any sense.
That's the part that kind of sparked this video. If AI is taking over for everyone, nobody will have money. If nobody have money, how are people going to buy your products? Well, boom, that's why they've been talking about UBIs, man. All right, they've been talking about universal basic income. There's another term as well. Let me see. GBI. You got universal income gives a regular cash payment to everyone in a population, while GBI, which is guaranteed basic income, provides payments to a specific targeted group, typically low-income individuals. So there you have it. It'll probably start with that, the GBI. Certain people still have their jobs, and all these people that's losing their jobs, the AI, they'll give you a guaranteed basic income, right? Where you ain't working, okay, here, this is how you can pay for goods and so on and so forth. Then they gonna have a global social credit score where you're only able to buy certain things or interact or socially based off of what you like. And this is all off a lifestyle that they've created, they've given you, feeding you with social media to where you just don't really know what's going on in the world, right? You walking with your phone down, you ain't got no situational awareness. And now they're just dumping all of their plans on you, and y'all don't know what the hell is going on, and y'all losing your shit because as an Israelite, a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, you didn't take heed to the men. You chose not to come back to the Lord and repent. Hey, it's not too late. You better seek him while he may be found. So you got to search for the YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. His men is out there on dang near every corner in every city. In many countries through the spirit, man. Like it said, his word got to be preached throughout the four corners of the earth. You know, and the internet does that. It helps out a whole lot with that. And that's not you really, with the social media and as much as people on their phones, you done ran across a video before. But I'm gonna continue on. So it could start with this GBI, where they're giving certain groups payment, typically low-income individuals, right? And then they could spread to UBI. You know, they're talking about smart cities. You need this and that to travel. You know, they had the famous quote, "You're going to own nothing and be happy." This is the world that we're coming into. Like I said, Americans are starting to feel it, and it's a lot worse than they thought it was.
By this administration, I'm disgusted of all these corporations or anyone that believes that AI is a key to an amazing world. This is insane. I am truly disgusted, and people should be screaming it from the rooftops of how disgusting this is and how it needs to be regulated at least. The best.
Yeah, people getting fed up, man. People are getting fed up, you know? And we're getting to that point. We're getting to the point where people are ready to snap, crackle, and pop, you know? But this is the end. This is the end of a society. All right? This is the downfall of Babylon the Great. This is downfall of the daughter of Babylon. This is downfall of spiritual Sodom and Egypt. This is the downfall of Esau, Edom, man. All right? I quoted it earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and end it on there. Well, actually, no, I'm going to end it. I'm going to read this one too, but I'm going to end it on at Matthew. So this is Ecclesiasticus 10:8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, and that one people to another. All right, you go into 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, in the 9th verse. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So that's where we at right now. We're seeing the end of Esau world, and we're starting to see the beginning of the world of Jacob. All right, the rule of Jacob, aka the Israelites, the 12 tribes. All right, being joint heirs with Yahawashi. You're starting to see that is because you're starting to see us keep the ways of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI again. All right, you're starting to see that transfer of the curses. You know, the curses kind of being taken from us and being put on Esau. They're starting to go through things. Ooh, and they ain't got the spirit and the mental capacity to handle it, boy. the Lord helped us through all of this shit that we done been through. Esau's gonna lose it. He gonna blow a gasket, man. You gonna see steam coming out his ears. He's gonna be all cherry red because they can't handle it. They can't handle poverty. They've been lied to their whole life that they better than us. Well, we made lemonade when life gave us lemons. You know, with them, they're gonna keep the lemons from each other because they're just greedy. They leave no grapes. You know, leave no grapes. So we're seeing the end of Esau world, man. Esau, the so-called white man, in the beginning of our world coming to pass. And it's beautiful. And call all YAHAWASHI. You know, we got to make sure we continue to do what we supposed to do, that we can remain in this truth and be covered. All right. Remain faithful. So we're going to end it off on here. This is Matthew 24 and 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. For the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." And all of this is happening, being shortened, and destruction. The end of this place is happening ultimately for the judgment and the restoration of the Israelites. But for the elect's sake, you know, they'll be the first fruits in the kingdom of heaven, right? So we got to pray that we of the elect. All right. The elect will be taken care of and looked out for, you know. So, hey, with that, once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, Shalom.